This is Lesson 6-1, Transforming Equations and Formulas.
Let's start with some important vocabulary from this particular section. A formula is an equation that states relationships amongst certain quantities. Here are some formulas that you probably already know. These are things that you would have learned in elementary and middle school. You should pause the video at this point if you need an opportunity to write them down. Here's your procedure. Make sure you're always reading the directions and find the variable that needs to be isolated or solved for. For example, if the question says to solve for A or express A in terms of something else, A is the one you want to isolate. Plug in numbers to find out the other values that you need. Always be sure to watch any like terms. Here's how to rewrite a literal equation. You're ordering pizzas and sandwiches. You have a budget of $80. The equation 10p plus 5s equals 80, where p is the number of pizzas and s is the number of sandwiches, and that models this given situation. How many sandwiches can you buy if you buy 4 pizzas? Pause the video at this point to give yourself a chance to do the example on your own. So the first thing you want to do is you want to figure out that you need to solve for s because we want to know how many sandwiches. We have the equation given in the problem, 10p plus 5s equals 80. It was given to us that we now are going to solve for s because we want s. So I'm going to subtract 10p from both sides to get 5s equal to 80 minus 10p. I then am going to divide by 5 all the way through, which means I need to divide the 80 by 5 and the negative 10 by 5 to get s equal to 16 minus 2p. I then want to plug in 4 for p because I need to find s. They told me they want to know how many sandwiches I can buy with 4 pizzas. When I do that, I get s equal to 16 minus 2 times 4, which is 16 minus 8, so s is equal to 8 in this situation. Therefore, you can buy 8 sandwiches. You always want to end these types of problems with a sentence summing up what you found. Let's rewrite literal equations only with variables. These are a little bit more difficult. What equation do you get when you solve ax plus by equals c for x? Pause the video at this point to give yourself a chance to do the example. So let's solve for x here. The first thing I want to do is subtract by from both sides. I now have ax equal to c minus by. To get x by itself, I now need to divide by a. I end up with x equals c minus by all over a. There is no further simplification I can do than that because there are no like terms to combine. Let's do an example of rewriting formulas. The monarch butterfly is the only butterfly that migrates north and south annually. It takes a butterfly 120 days for a one-way trip. The distance from Indiana to Mexico is 1,700 miles. What is the average rate at which a butterfly travels in miles per day? Round to the nearest tenth of a mile per day. Pause the video at this point to give yourself a chance to do the example. So the first thing I want to recognize is that I need a distance formula. D equals RT. I know that I want to find the rate, so I then need to solve for R. So I start with D equals RT, and solving for R means I have to divide both sides by T. That gives me D over T equal to R. Now I'm going to plug in 1,700 for D, the distance, and 120 days for T. When I do that, I get approximately 14.2. So therefore, it takes the monarch butterfly a rate of 14.2 miles per day when he or she travels. If you're having issues with this particular lesson, please consult your teacher in class.